Double Best Network.
Oh, I love that sound. It's been so long. Good morning and welcome to the Ron Ross Radio Show podcast for, what is this? Season 3 episode? Are we 22, 3?
It's, wow.
Season
22. 22,
22,
season
22.
3, episode 22. Yeah.
September 23rd.
What day is it?
Already. I know we've been gone for a hot minute. But it's Tuesday.
Tuesday.
There you go. How you doing? I'm Ron. That dude over there, Mr. Everything, John Yaglensky.
Thank you.
Our partner in crime, producer of the show, and does pretty much Mr. Everything.
I don't know why that's
and a bass player and singer, and I'm going to start giving him a bunch of crap about not playing his bass. It literally is. Go get it. Let's see how much dust is on it, John.
Okay.
Let's see how much dust is on your bass. Don't wipe it off. Walk it over there and show us the dust that's on the top of the headstock.
My fret leads are coming off. It's been so long since I played them. The lights that go on the frets. I have fret leads. Don't you know what that is? Wait, hold on.
Yes. You had a fancy schmancy bass.
Yeah, look. Wait, hold on.
Look at
Do you see it? It lights up.
I see the lights, John.
It's hard to. Okay.
It's cheating, but okay.
Shut up.
You see where the frets are? All right. Anyway. So, and I'm sure this is scintillating as you're listening to it, but sure. John plays bass, but he hasn't played bass in, I'm going to say, a decade. And
that hurts. That really hurts.
Sorry. Imagine how your bass feels. So I'm trying to encourage him to play music, start a band, get into something, and he sings as well. So you need to get out there, John. Come on, man. This is the back nine, as you've described it. The back nine. Yeah, and you're a plucker, not a picker. I'm a picker. You're not a, there you go. So John and I, we've been away doing, a bunch of different things. Professional, Greatest Wife Ever and I got away on vacation last week to Nags Head, North Carolina, which is on the Outer Banks, with some wonderful, wonderful friends of ours who invited us to stay at their family beach house, literally a block off of the beach. You walked into the block and I walked to the end of that block, across the street and up over the dunes, and you were there and watched the sunrise. We get a cup of coffee. Greatest Wife Ever and I, we like to get up, watch the sunrise on the beach. Now,
I wonder what that's like.
Settle down now. John lives at the beach. In case you don't know, to catch you up, John lives in South Carolina, just a few ticks down south from where we were at on Hilton Head Island. So he's very beach accessy. But we would this one morning we sat down, we're ready. I had looked up the time of sunrise and all that stuff, so we timed our getting up and having coffee, and then we went out there and I'm looking down, and there was 7 people on the beach, maybe, but nobody within a football field of us on either side. Right. So basically private sunrise, and we're watching, and I have this recognition, my peripheral vision of this gaggle of young women who are coming down the beach. They're all talking. They have some have matching sweatshirts. So I don't know if it was a running club or a school, a high school, college. They look to be, I don't know, 16, 17, 18, 19, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Okay.
And they're walking down, and I see them down there and I hear them, and I'm looking at my watch and I'm looking at the horizon. I'm going, oh, please, timing. Sure enough, I looked down at my phone and I said, hey, Siri, what time is sunrise? And Nag said, not you, Siri. Sorry. What time is sunrise? And it goes, sunrise was at 6 today. Yes, thank you. Yes, I know.
Thank you.
It was 6:49. And I said, Oh, it's 6:49, and I look at my phone, and it says 6:49, and we looked up, and there, I mean, it was like somebody flicked a switch. There was a sliver of light, and then everybody. It's about 30 of them, and they're all chatting, or they're on their phones.
Wow!
Not one of them looked to their left.
Did you see the sun?
I did have some space in there, and snapped a couple of pictures in between. But I mean, I really just wanted to say, and sidebar, we have decided, have you seen those commercials, the Progressive insurance commercials, don't be your parents, and the guy who's like, hey, the
yeah, I know.
The combination to the bathroom is 5437. Hey, they don't call it a clean bike, do they? Blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Greatest wife ever has now decided that I am the progressive guy, that I make conversation unwanted, unsolicited, not that it's not pleasant conversation with people. And when she said that, she was teasing me about it because we were leaving the beach and some people were going out, and I said, hey, it's great out there. And she's like, what was that? You're the progressive guy. So now, hey, as a joke, I make all of these things up that I could say. We get back to the house and we're talking to our friends, and Jenny says he's now the progressive guy. I said, I'm the progressive guy now from the commercials, and with that, I mean, she didn't. It was a nanosecond, and Michelle just goes, "Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, we can see that. Yeah.
What?
Hey, 2 for $1 on beers at the bar today. Thanks.
Oh man,
you are that guy.
I am that guy.
I'm not far behind you though.
I haven't decided whether I want to stop being that guy or if I want to embraise it. But you know what? Okay. Before we get into that, so John and I have a few housekeeping things to take care of at the end of the podcast. We'll let you know about a few things that are going on. But we have a guest. And she is waiting very patiently. She's like, he asked me to come on the podcast. He's not talking to me. What's going on? I've known this young woman for over 20 years.
Wow.
We've worked together kind of at various radio stations where she has been on doing traffic. We tried to work together for a nanosecond again at Sirius XM, but things didn't work out for that. But she's carved out a nice niche for herself because she now has her own show that's syndicated across America, and she interviews these wonderful artists and she plays this fantastic music in the yacht rock genre, if you will, soft rock from the 70s. Excuse me, pardon me. Sorry, that was my pumpkin spice coffee I had this morning. And it's the Yacht Club, the host of the Yacht Club, and she also does middays on Frederick's Key 103. Please welcome Meredith Marks. Yay!
Hello, and just like that, she appears.
Yeah, there we go.
And here she is. Everything's going where you are, Meredith.
Oh, things are just groovy.
Yeah,
groovy in a far out way. Yeah.
How are you feeling about the Ravens loss last night?
Could care less.
No,
I just like that football has a tight end, and we'll leave it at that.
All right, so actually, the reason I asked Meredith, I mean, obviously we're going to try to keep the inside baseball about radio in the background. But I did want to ask you first and foremost. The very first thing is where did you come up with the concept of the Yacht Club, and how did you get that thing started? Because I mean, starting your own show, John and I, we've thought about shows, and I'm like, that's too much work.
Well, I started interviewing for Backstage Pass with Meredith Marks in June of 2017. And I started with a couple of local bands like Kelly Bell and Dave DeMarco. And then I quickly was able to branch out to Steve Miller Band, Michael McDonald, Frankie Valli. And some I had connections and some I had to go and get myself. Pretty much the bulk I got myself. But I noticed a little bit of a pattern 17, 18, 19, I was getting a lot of yacht rock artists, Ambrosia, Bill Champlin,
Nice.
John Ford Coley. I was starting to talk to these people. Peter Beckett of Player was one of my first in the fall. I went to Atlantic City and sat with Peter on a couch. He's awesome. And then I started DJing at WTMD in Towson in December of 2018. Okay. And so I'm a DJ on WTMD going into 19. And then I guess it was a year later. So it was December of 2019. Scott Mullins at the time was the GM of WTMD. I call him the Grand Poobah. And the Grand Poobah pulls me into his office one day and he goes, I have an idea. You've been doing a yacht rock hour during your show on Saturday mornings. I want to do a full-blown yacht rock show, kind of mixed a little bit with new wave. It's going to be a little different. And I want you to host it, and I want it to be on Sundays for 2 hours. And I actually did not love the name, the Yacht Club. I wanted it to be Rock the Dock. And I lost out because a few other members of WTMD, they took a vote and they chose the Yacht Club, and I kind of had to stick with that. So I was like, okay, but I didn't love it at first, but now I do. And now it's mine.
I don't know. I kind of like Rocks the Docks.
I liked Rock the Dock. It was really fun. And then Scott left. And in 2020, and I through 2020 and remember, we set sail right before the pandemic hit.
Set sail.
We did. We set sail
not started broadcasting. She said she's using the jargon. I got it. We
set sail in January of 2020, and we would get message after message, donation after donation that the Yacht Club was getting people through the pandemic, and we were starting something we felt important. And I ended up having the highest ratings of the weekends. And in 2022, I had a vision for the show and I wanted to take it further. And Scott had left and he went back. I think he's in Kentucky. Sorry, Scott, if you're watching and you're not in Kentucky, somewhere out there. And so I moved it to WNAV in Annapolis and we started growing. And now we're on 11 stations across the country, including Fred FM in Frederick. So it's very exciting. Yeah.
Nice.
And you and I have talked a little bit about some of the playlists. The thing that's unique about the Yacht Club is it goes deep, and it's not afraid to go deep, and it's not afraid to play the sixth song from Ambrosia that maybe Ambrosia, members of Ambrosia, former members of Ambrosia, Meredith, and maybe 5 other people know, but it doesn't mean it's not good music.
It's great music,
and it's in that genre, if you will, of the yachty, the soft rock 70s 80s movement. Which I was thinking about that the other day because I was in, when all this stuff was popular, I was in, I guess, like mid 80s. I was in soft AC, adult contemporary radio. And it was, and John was the Light FM in
Light 100 WVUD in Dayton and Light Rock 105 WLSR in Lima, Ohio. And
so all this stuff was new. It was, we're playing, Steal Away, Robbie Dupree, and all that stuff. When it was new. But it's interesting though that all of that came out at the same time. Now you still had, 77, 78, 79, the height of disco and Donna Summer and all of that. And Rolling Stones put out Some Girls. And I mean, you still had the rock scene was pretty heavy, but they hadn't really moved. Remember Van Halen's first album, Van Halen was 78.
Yes.
And the Cars' first album was 78.
Yes.
Talk about the two different ends of the spectrum of the rock world. And in the middle of that, that's where you had all of the... it's kind of like a sweet spot. But for me,
This show for me, I fully own it. I curate the playlist every single week. I would like to do different things. I don't like to box in yacht rock. Some people like to say it's 78 to 82. I don't like to do that.
No, it's a feeling.
On the Yacht Club, we do 1970 to 1991 because I take it to 91 because there are a few 91 songs that, could fit into the genre.
Yep.
There's a Bruno Mars. There's a Bruno Mars Silk Sonic song that would fit.
Well,
on Yacht Rock.
It's funny you say that, Ron, because like I said, for me, it's more of like a feeling.
It is.
Like
that's exactly.
Yacht Rock is a feeling. Like
so I talked to Elliot Lurie of Looking Glass exactly about this. I said, it's a vibe. It's a feeling. Mm-hmm. He said, he put it back to me. He's like, so if you feel like it's part, I'm like, yeah, if you feel like you can get on a yacht, have the wind going through your hair, you're wearing a sweater vest and you're feeling it and you've got a Harvey Wallbanger in your hand and you are just feeling this groove. Yeah. That's yacht rock to me. It
is.
Yeah.
And you start talking like Thurston Howell III.
Absolutely. Come on, man.
Come on.
What did the Greaseman say? The captain's cat at a jaunty angle.
Welcome aboard.
Yes, indeed, Ron.
Yes,
I'll behave.
So, Meredith, take me back to the beginning because I love the way, John started in college and actually his college station was a commercial radio station that gave money. So while he was going to school and trying to get a degree, he was doing middays, for a living.
Okay.
Right. Paid for that, John?
Cool. What did I get paid? Oh, yeah, I got paid very well.
You got
very
well.
$5 an hour. $5 is what you
I was at like, I don't know, 12 or 15. It was
that's big back then for radio.
That was 1985, 6.
How old were you?
Oh. It's huge.
How old were you?
He was 12.
19, 20. 19 or 20 years old. Yeah.
Nice.
Wow. Yeah, I was the assistant PD.
Wow.
Well, I didn't know that. You were in management?
The program director's like, well, when you leave here, you're going to want to get a job. You want to be the assistant PD? Mm-hmm. I'm like, yeah, sure.
Sure.
So that went on my resume. So, yeah, exactly.
So how did you start, Meredith? Where were you? What did you do? Where did you first crack the mic and what was the first thing you said?
Oh, it's a beautiful story. You're really going to love this one. So I actually went to college. I went to Dean College in Towson University for mass communications. And then college ended up not being my thing. And my grandmother said, you're really great with skincare and makeup. Why don't you go be an esthetician or a makeup artist? And I did.
Okay.
And I'm working in a spa and I'm doing bikini waxes. That was fun. So doing the strip and rip. Okay.
Strip and rip.
Guys. Still can do the strip and rip. Okay. Really good at it. If anybody's hairy out there. So I get a call. I always love telling this story. I get a call from my friend Paul Goldman. Back in the day, he was with Metro Traffic. And he said, I love your voice. We need a traffic reporter. Come on down. And I was like, I don't know how to do traffic. He was like, you were born and raised here in Baltimore. You can do traffic better than anybody. Come on down. I went down. I auditioned with Seinfeld commercials. They hired me on the spot. And my first one was Heaven 600. I forgot. I think, was it Anita? She was in the afternoon. Sweet as can be, sweet as honey. Praise the Lord. Praise Jesus. Here's our Jewish traffic reporter.
No,
no,
she didn't say that.
She didn't say that. But I said to my mom, I'm like, Mom, I'm on the radio. And she was like, you're on the radio today? I said, yes. She goes, what station? I said, Heaven 600. She goes, what kind of music does that play? And I said, it's the gospel. We're praising the Lord today. Okay. Right. We're in the Lord's home today. And I'm going to be, and she was like, do they know you're Jewish? And I'm like, I don't think they care.
No.
It was really funny. But I started there. I started with 101.9 in the evenings. And then I quickly went on to becoming Nasty Nesters, Traffic Wench on WNST.
Nasty,
And
nasty.
then
There's a name I haven't heard in 1,000 years. Oh my God.
Listen, back in the day, I was really cute. Okay. And I got put on to Fox 45 morning news traffic on camera, cute little, against the green screen. So I quickly climbed the ladder at Metro Traffic. And, that was a really great learning opportunity. I learned how to write news. I learned how to produce. I learned how to, broadcast. I became the Frank Ski morning show out of Atlanta news girl, talking about like humping pandas at a zoo. I was like the funny news girl. I found the funny stories. So, I quickly
Family show. Family show.
Family show. Okay.
I had to let you know that. Just FYI.
Okay. Just picture the Humpty Dance. There you go. The song, the Humpty Dance.
And then, okay.
I left and went down to Rockville, 1801 Rockville Pike, where I met the fabulous Ron Ross and Hot 99.5. I started to do
99.5, right?
Traffic there. And it was, and then that's it. That's the start of the career. That was back in 2000. I started in March of 2000. So 25 and a half years later, here I am.
I always like asking radio announcers this question because you work. Quick story. When I was 19, 20, I was working at a rock station in Hagerstown. 107X Marks the Rock. And it was just, it was a dream come true. And I'm playing all these, Scorpions and Kiss and, and it was just, I'm like, oh my God, I've died and gone to heaven. This is fantastic. And then while I was away, they flipped format. I was away for the weekend for some reason. I don't know. I guess it was in Ocean City. And they flipped format. And I'm driving back and I'm listening and I'm hearing America. And I'm like, I guess that could kind of fit in the middle of the day on a rock station. And then I heard something. It was like Seals and Crofts. And I'm like, wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah, that's my kind of station.
I got home and I called beep, boop, 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 and I called Veronica. It was the afternoon drive, and she was the assistant program director. And I said, "What's happening?" She goes, "Oh, we changed format." And I was just crestfallen, devastated, obviously. And then I had a nice long talk with the program director, and he says, "Look, when you're a disc jockey and you're a broadcaster with a lowercase b, all right, format doesn't matter." And I'm like, okay. And I took that, and I, so whatever I was playing, I was really into it. And I've done country, classic country, rock, pop. I haven't done hip hop. The hot ACs has kind of been my wheelhouse now for a while. And I'm doing some country as well, which I didn't know any of that music, but what do you, and if you looked at like John's and my playlist when we're at home, it's not anything you would imagine. I think it would be, because I grew up obviously and I went to Kiss concerts and I've got all the albums and all that stuff. And I've kind of morphed into a, like the 90s, Beatles obviously that's my DNA, but these bands that share that kind of oeuvre, if you will, of sound, and independent artists like Jason Faulkner and stuff like that. So what does Meredith Marks listen to in her off time? Because I'm guessing maybe not yacht rock per se as a recreational.
Let's pull up my Spotify favorites right now.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. I have to tell you, I think I kind of want to say that might be true for most of us, Ron, that like people would be very surprised to see what's on our personal playlist.
Right.
Because what I'm about to dish out to you, you're going to go, huh?
Well, first of all, you are a Swiftie.
Oh yeah, I love Taylor Swift.
Okay.
I'm a Swiftie. Yeah.
Right.
But I'm weird.
Who is it?
I grew up with a father who exposed me to a lot of great music. One of those bands being the Manhattan Transfer. So I love The Boy from New York City. I love I think Twilight Zone is brilliant. I talked to Alan Paul earlier this year about that. And that was like a dream come true.
Mm-hmm.
And then I grew up with an artist, and I'm not sure many people know of her. She's kind of elevator music. Her name is Basha, and she's from Poland.
Basha, she's Polish.
She's Polish.
I know Basha.
Okay, let me just tell you.
Time and Tide.
Huh?
Time and Tide.
That's right. You and I were at, that was Magic 106.9, I think. Basha.
So Basha, I will tell you hands down my favorite album of all time. And this is hard to do. Basha, Time and Tide. Yep. Favorite album of all time.
Wow. I love it when she says, baby.
Mm-hmm. I just saw her at Ram's Head on stage a couple of years ago.
So talented.
She's fabulous. I've been really, my kids got me into a band called St. Lucia. And also,
that is,
who's the other band?
I thought you were going to say St. Vincent. St. Vincent's amazing.
No, I love Haim. Let me tell you something.
Yes.
Let me tell you about the Haim sisters. Okay. Went to the 1989 Taylor Swift tour at FedEx Field. Nationals Park in DC. 2016, 16 summer. Took my girls, and she had Shawn Mendes and Vance Joy and Haim open for her. Never heard of them. These girls took the stage, mind blown. It's hard to blow my mind, but I will tell you, oh my goodness, blown away. They're amazing. So Haim for sure. I'm into like Joss Stone. Oh, there's a new band called Truesdale. Okay. If you haven't heard of Truesdale, they're kind of like, not quite like Haim, but they're three girls and they really rock it. Nora Jones, and I'm a huge saxophone lover.
Really?
I love sax music. I find sax to be the sexiest.
Yeah, you got a new best friend in John.
Sax is the sexiest instrument on the planet, and Dave Koz is my favorite
jazz.
I love Dave Koz and Candy Dulfer. So
Candy Dulfer. Oh my God, look at you dropping some bombs.
SAX, sexuality, baby. Yep, I love Candy Dulfer. I think she's awesome. Mm-hmm.
There needs to be more.
Let me tell you my story real quick.
Go ahead.
I was working at Sirius XM The Pulse, and I ran across, and I was listening to the Spectrum, which is a rock channel, and they it's a very eclectic pull of the Spectrum. It's not the same old classic rock that you would expect, and then new artists. And they were playing this song called "The Wire" by Haim, and I'm like, and then I saw them on Saturday Night Live, and they performed that song. It's three sisters. I don't know if you know this about the band, but it's three sisters. They all trade off on lead vocals. One, Esty, who plays the bass, makes all these weird faces. She's fantastic.
Amazing.
Fantastic. And another one, the youngest one, she's just starting an acting career. She was in this movie that got a lot of great reviews. And then, but anyway,
that's Alana.
I actually went to the program director at the time, and I championed this, and he added the song and it became a crossover hit for us for the what were we, the hot adult contemporary kind of chart. But that's my one claim to fame is I picked the hit from Chaim, and so there you go. There's my story. Nice. John, I interrupted you. You were about to say something.
Oh, I don't know what I was about to say.
Okay,
I was merely apologizing because apparently there's a kerfuffle around my house that I had to leave. That apparently somebody got shot. So
what?
Breaking news. Wait, hold on.
Just now.
Yeah. This just in. Apparently there has been I know, right? I got a next door alert that said user reports notification of a police officer shot near Beach City Road, which is like, remember where the cat thing is, Ron?
Yeah. Cat Factory Road.
Like, so I had to alert my wife and my neighbors what was going on. So this is what happens. We're live. So I don't know if it's true or not, but it's on. Yeah. Like,
do you need to get away from the window, John? Do
no,
you need to close the blinds?
We're pretty good here. So anyway,
I just want this. I want the sound machine that John has. I need the sound.
There you go.
Yeah. I know.
That's so funny.
Right.
Meredith,
So funny.
John hasn't worked in radio in over 30 years. And
wow.
I do a podcast though.
So. He does a podcast. You can't get it out of him though.
This one. Yeah.
He can't. Well, he's the reason. I don't know if you know this, but I'll tell the story again because I just love it. You know, after I was laid off at Sirius XM, I'm just, I was flailing. I'm bleeding all over the floor, metaphorically. And so John came into DC for his work, for his job, which I still don't know what he does. And but it's not radio. He very wisely got out.
I'm director of communications. Actually, I'm now deputy managing director for IEEE in Washington, D.C. IEEE is the world's largest technical professional society with 500,000 members worldwide and 160,000 members in the U.S. That's what I do.
See?
Okay.
My point, Meredith.
Okay.
So,
and then ask again in 10 minutes what he does. And
he just,
we'll have no idea.
We'll have no idea.
Yeah, but we went out to lunch and he just said, I need to get you back on the air. How do we get you back on the air? Let's start a podcast. And then that's it. So I will forever be indebted to John, but he came up to, and he raised two sons in the Frederick County in Urbana. Met his wife here, and then so he's a Philadelphia boy, but then a Marylander through and through for a while. Nice. But anyway, he came up to visit, and he came into the Key 103 studio during my show, and he was visiting, and I'm doing the things, and I looked at him, I said, do you miss it? He goes, oh man, not until I got into the studio, but yeah.
you can't remove it from your life. And that's why I continue doing a podcast. So it keeps me in it, and I've got all the equipment.
And I've got
We're
all the
entertainers
equipment
at heart. It's like,
well, he's a radiophile. Yeah.
It's like what we need to do. We live for this stuff. It's just,
we do. Yeah. And you know what? I always thought maybe once I retired, which, who knows?
You never retire from radio.
But once I retire from my full-time job, that, maybe I'll go get a weekend gig or something at a local radio station, or be the swing guy, the guy who just fills in for other people. Yeah. So it'd be fun.
He's got all the equipment. Look at that. Look at that microphone. That's a
swing
nice
out, John.
microphone.
Swing out, John.
A Heil PR40, right?
And now, John and I have been in the middle of all this, and we've talked about our influences. Who did you listen to growing up that was an influence on you?
Seriously.
I mean, being in Baltimore, I know you listened to the Queen, Sarah Fleischer at 98 Rock.
I did listen to Sarah Fleischer. Let's see. I listened to JoJo and Kenny. Should I admit that? I love JoJo and Kenny. Gosh, who was on back in the day? If I say this next person, he might kick me the next time he sees me, because he's going to be like, wait, I'm not much older than you. Greg Carpenter.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to,
okay.
I'm sorry, Greg. Gosh, I mean, I don't know, like listening. I mean, I'm going to tell you, I really was a Casey Kasem kid.
Yes.
When I tuned into Casey Kasem, I mean, I was like, this is what I want to do. I would line my stuffed animals and my dolls up against a wall. And I would take a hairbrush and I would talk to them.
That's awesome.
Like I was Casey, and my daughter's name is Casey. Hello, like I was a Casey Kasem kid. I was the one that was like, when I got that new boombox with the double cassette deck.
Oh,
yes.
Oh, fancy.
I had 2 blank tapes. I would sit there perched, listening intently to Casey, and I would make sure, like every week, I would record my songs that I wanted to record from him. It was awesome. Those were the days.
Yeah. Yeah.
We used to.
And I have them all downstairs. I have my mixtapes. I love my mixtapes.
I thought this was pretty exciting, but it was kind of, I don't know, it was weird. Back in, when was this? 90s, I was at Z104 in Frederick. And we ran the Rick D's in the weekly top 40.
Mm-hmm.
We ran the Rick D's weekly top 40 show, which came in to this radio station. They used to print actual vinyl LPs for shows back in the day, but this was the 90s, so they came in on compact discs, right? 3 of them, I think. And you would listen, we had a promo where you would listen to, and this came from our consultant. I'm like, okay. Listen to the Rick D's weekly top 40. Tell us what the number 16, the number 11, and the number 2 song were. And you win a CD copy of all the songs on the countdown. And I'm like, when I first started, I went to him and I said, how am I going to get 40 songs in here? He goes, no, you just give them the show.
Right.
Oh,
well, you'd be throwing it out otherwise, right?
Right. Yeah. But still, it was a CD copy.
CD copy.
All the songs that were on the show. We didn't tell him we were giving them.
He didn't like
show.
Well, you know what?
And it was just kind of like da 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 da. At no time do my fingers leave the end of my hand. I'm like, oh, come on, man.
As a listener, that probably was a bigger deal to them. Like to actually get the show was probably like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. I've got the actual thing that they played at the radio station.
I'm wondering though if there wasn't 1 or 2 listeners that are like, I'm getting 40 CDs. That's awesome.
Well, there is that.
That's so funny.
Oh man! All right, so Meredith, we'll have to zip into the question of the day, but what do you got coming up? Who's guests? Who are you talking to? Tell me about some of the. Who is your favorite person to talk to?
Oh.
And I'm not going to ask you the least favorite because this is just rude.
No, don't do that.
Who was your favorite interview that you've had?
How about top 3?
Oh, top 3. Okay.
Coming in at number 3.
Oh, I'm going number 3. I'm going number 3.
2.
Number 3. Okay. I would say number 3 is Bill Champlin because
Chicago.
I'm like, I can't, like, every time I text him and I call, I'm probably annoying, but I'm like, I just can't stop telling you how much I love you. Like, I love this man.
He has so many stories.
I love him and his wife, Tamara. I interviewed them in Atlantic City and they've become good friends. And I just like, I'm sorry, like I've interviewed Peter Cetera and Bill Champlin of Chicago. And to me, Bill Champlin's work with Chicago was just like amazing. Plus, his solo stuff and Runaway and Sarah and Take It Uptown, so good. Live version of Take It Uptown, so good.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say what Chicago did to him is criminal. First of all, okay, literally, and you should get Jason Sheff on.
I'm working on Jason. Because I want to come full circle with Chicago.
Yeah, he's a cool dude too, and actually
get the side podcast. We'll call this the Chicago fans, or
I know. All right, dang, man.
And then number 2 is my Uncle Frankie. My Uncle Frankie Valli.
Oh, Frankie Valli. Okay.
Yeah.
Explain that. He literally is your uncle.
He is my uncle, not by blood, but by just lifetime of just because, I mean, as he said, like, we're just closer. We're just as close as can be. And I just love him. And I'm so thankful that I got the opportunity to sit with him in Jersey, sitting with the Jersey boy in Red Bank, New Jersey in 2018 is when I sat with him. I've brought him on stage a few times and talked to him backstage several times. And he's just the best. And then I think my number 1, I fangirled out. This is going to surprise both of you.
Okay.
I literally, before I hit record, I was like, I have to calm down because I'm just so excited. Like, I can't control myself right now. And he's just looking at me like, it's okay. Fee Waybill of the Tubes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
My God. The completion backward principle I grew up with the completion backward principle. And I had it on Laserdisc. My dad had it on Laserdisc. Okay.
Wow.
And I grew up watching this going, this guy's in a straitjacket. I don't know what the hell is going on, but I can't take my eyes off of our little TV. And this is amazing. And I don't know, but like I grew up with that album and the Laserdisc of all the videos. Right. So I said to Fee, I told him like how this is amazing for me because as a child, I was like raised on the completion backward principle. And he goes, there were two versions. There was the one that was the Red X version. And then there's the other version. The Red X version is I have no pants on. And he goes, which version did your parents have? And which version were you watching at the age of 7, 8, 9 years old? And I go, knowing my parents, probably the Red X version. I probably saw you in the buff, and that Laserdisc lives with my father. I'd love it one day, but that lives with my father. But I will tell you, like the household that I grew up in, I wouldn't be surprised if I was watching. I mean, I watched Barbarella.
Right.
Okay.
On Laserdisc. I mean, I was watching a lot of crazy stuff.
I'm glad your dad had Laserdisc.
I'm sorry, John, go ahead.
Oh, I said her dad had Laserdisc.
Laserdiscs.
Wow.
I mean, we were like, hello. Yeah. We had
people don't even probably know what Laserdiscs are, but they're like the size of an album. Well, they may not even know what an album is, but literally a 12-inch round platter. Yeah.
It was just a really big CD.
It was a really big CD, but you played it on your
same technology.
It was player, and it played on the TV.
Yeah. But it was the same. It was the computer code, O's and ones. It was binary code on the little kits, and the laser would read that. This big. It was huge. And that was I did a science project on that in senior year of high school. So that'd be 82. Wow. Laser discs were just.
I was in diapers.
Why are we talking to you? What's wrong with you? So what were the big hits off of was that Talk to You Later? And
She's a Beauty.
She's a Beauty.
She's a Beauty. Sports Fan. Amnesia. Oh gosh, Amnesia.
See now, all right. I'm gonna go back because obviously I'm older than you. I'm going to go back in the day when Greatest Wife Ever and I would go to the best rock and roll club in America at the Rabbit's Foot in Frederick, Maryland. Back in the 80s, there was a great band. They never got signed, and it was one of the biggest crimes of all time called Monarch. And they would do two originals, two cover sets, and then the last hour was all originals. But in the cover set, they did this song, which I wasn't aware was a cover of White Punks on Dope, and that's the Tubes, and love.
But like the best story.
I love the early before Top 42.
Oh yeah, I love anything with the Tubes. They're so crazy, and that was like the prime punk era. Okay, when they were coming up, right? And so the greatest story that I have from him was he was talking about how he would take soup cans to lift up he put his shoes on top of soup cans and duct tape it, right? But he forgot to drain the soup before he did that. So what happened was he had tomato soup all over the stage one night, leaking off the stage onto the equipment. Like then he quickly learned, empty it, put rocks in it or something, and then tape it. But if you have the liquid is going to be all over the stage. He was fabulous. I mean, he was like that was a dream come true for me to interview. Fee Waybill.
He had an alter ego, Quain the Ludes.
Quaalude.
The giant glasses.
Yes, he had a few. He had a few alter egos, which we touched on in the interview, and I mean, it's really worth watching.
Look at you! Wow, look at that road. I would have never have suspected going down this road.
Listen, a lot of people think they can pin me and know exactly who I am. No, there's a lot of layers here. I'm
aware. I'm aware of
honey.
some of the layers. One of the things that if you listen to us on Key 103, one of the things that's very exciting is that we cross over. I follow her in the afternoons, She does middays, and then during her last break, she always leaves me something to eat. And there's a theme. Sometimes it's, today is donut day, and then there are donuts, and then she left me fair food. She went and got fair food. I was away on vacation for the Great Frederick Fair, but then she went to the fair, purchased this food, saved it, and then left it for me. And that's the number one question I get when there are two questions. One is a question, one's a statement. The question is, does Meredith really leave you that food in the studio? Absolutely.
I'm dedicated.
I love it. A lot of times, Greatest Wife Ever is like, do you need a snack? Oh, never mind. Meredith will leave something for you.
Your work wife already.
I don't need to bring an apple or anything to the workplace. And the number two question is working with or the statement is, I love what you say. You represent men on the Dear Dina. I do the Dear Dina in the morning, and obviously she's going to have her opinion, and then I chime in.
Oh, nice.
As a dude. So I keep it real for the dudes.
Yes.
All right, so we got to do this. We'll do the question of the day. Meredith, you get to stick around for this.
Okay.
And then John and I, we have some housekeeping details, but again, you can stick around for this. I appreciate that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's time, and John's ready to get the gray matter working. Fire off the synapses, engage the frontal lobe, form new neural network, utilize the cerebrum. As Pooh says, it's time to
think.
Ding. What happened to the drop, John?
I missed the drop. I think I forgot to put it on here.
Oh no! Oh.
You like it when I do it live sometimes.
I do.
Wait, hold on. I gotta try and find it. Now you made me. Yeah, I've got it here somewhere. Let's see. Ooh.
Although I've changed it, I don't know if John knows this. I've changed it actually for the key question of the day that I do on Key 103, because the little soundbite I have is from Steve from Blues Clues. Oh. It's time to sit down in your thinking chair and think.
Okay.
If we use our mind, take a step at a time. Anyway,
yeah, I don't have it.
Here's today's question of the day. Are you ready? Are you ready? Here we go. And this is for pride, not prize. Pride, not prize. Just like the old days.
Right.
This dice game actually was popular on luxury boats, which is how it got its name. What is the name of this game? This dice game. No, put your hand down. You're not eligible. This dice game actually was popular on luxury boats, which is how it got its name. What is the name of this game? Put your answers down in the comment section. And good luck.
We got a new. No, here we go. Buttons are in different spots, man.
Oh, okay. I reloaded it. All right.
Yeah, I did. I had match.
I think I spelled it wrong the first time.
We have a little time for this.
Okay.
Oh, look at you putting it in the private chat. That's funny.
I don't know. Where was I supposed to?
John, half the time, John he doesn't know. I never put the answer on our show.
Yeah.
John does not know.
Bump.
All right. Here's the question of the day one more time. This dice game actually was popular on luxury boats, which is how it got its name. What is the name of this game? Going to our comment section, I'm going to say, is it Joe? Did Joe have the right answer? We have
Joe?
No, not Joe.
Okay. Jim?
Who do we got? Who do we have? Jim. That's what I meant. It started with a J.
Look what he did.
What did
Look
he
at
do?
how he spelled it.
Well, I spelled it that first way too, but that's how it should be spelled, really.
Well, given today's show,
Yahtzee.
We need to create.
It's correct. There you go. Yes. Yahtzee.
Did we create Yacht Roxy?
Yacht Roxy.
Yacht Roxy.
That's pretty good. Oh, just in case, runner-up Pride, Susan.
Yes. There you go, Susan.
Yeah,
thank you.
good.
Thanks for listening. And There's our resident. Jennifer just started a new job in California.
Yeah.
She's our lone, by the way, she's our lone California listener, Meredith. She actually followed me over from SiriusXM.
Oh,
if
nice.
we have any other California listeners, they've not made themselves known.
No, they have not.
Speak now.
She carries the weight of the Golden State on her shoulders.
Weight of the Golden State.
Pretty good.
Oh, Jennifer. Scott. No. All right. So, Meredith, where's your website? Where can we find all things for the Yacht Club? What your Facebook
You can go
page
to
and
the
so on?
yachtclubshow.com. You can scroll down and see all of my interviews. You can go to the swag shop and you can find all 11 stations and times of where to tune in. And then on YouTube, you can go to Backstage Pass with Meredith Marks. We're on TikTok. All of the social medias is on the yachtclubshow.com.
And if you want to access one of those stations is Fred FM. You can just access that online. Just find fredfm.com.
Yes, right.
And
That link right there. That's
there you go.
Right
Yacht,
there. Yep.
The Yacht Club, yacht spelled correctly.
The yachtclubshow.com.
Yachtclubshow.com for Meredith. Now,
yes.
John, what do you got going on? Because you've got
wow. Yeah.
Globetrotter.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. We're gonna have to talk about whether and when we'll be able to do things. But the bottom line is that during the month of October, I will be home 3 days. 3 days. I'll be home 3 days. A total of 3 days. So heading next Tuesday to Glasgow.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I've been
one.
To Scotland.
Good one. I was there last year, so I'm lucky to be going back, which is cool. I come back from that trip, 2 days at home. Then I leave for New Zealand, going to Christchurch, New Zealand. From there, Brisbane, Australia, and Singapore. And then come back from that. I'm home 1 day. And then I leave for another work trip, which I'm hosting. Speaking of yachts, the IEEE USA cruise to the Western Caribbean. And we'll be going to Costa Maya and Cozumel out of Austin. I think it is. No, it's not Austin. It's another port in Texas. Where do they live? Galveston. That's it. Yeah, I've had Texas cities on my brain because we've been looking at hosting a conference there. Yep. Then I'm home for a week, and then I have to go to New York City. And somewhere in there, I have to have a surgery on my nose again. So, it's awesome.
So what that means is because John is Mr. Everything for the Ron Ross Radio Show podcast, we're in what's called a state of flux.
Yeah, we'll keep you posted.
What's going to happen is there are, and as my name will indicate, changes afoot with the podcast. So we might be moving to a new time of the day if you want to catch us live, and then so I'll just everything is just going to show up on the Instagram and the Facebook page for the Ron Ross Radio Show. So look for that. And I'm going to, while John is trotting the globe, I will be posting updates via Facebook Live. So it's not going to show up on our YouTube channel, but I'm trying to figure out a way that I can do that so that you can, I'll keep everybody up to date as to what's going on. And then Meredith is going to join us on a more regular basis. I just put her on the, right on the hot seat right now. Meredith,
I would love to.
You are now okay. Good, very good.
Anytime you want.
I would love that.
I think it's fun
because well, you know, Meredith is a great broadcast buddy and a good friend and a lot of fun, and so we'll see what happens as this show metamorphosizes. I don't even know the correct term. So look, watch for the Facebook page and watch for videos. I'll probably post up on the YouTube channel to update you on what's going on. So the Ron Ross Radio Show podcast maybe going on a tiny little hiatus for the month of October while we figure things out. and then we'll be back. But we're not going anywhere. We'll still be here and still be doing the same stuff with the question of the day and so on and so forth. And I will try to keep you engaged and have some good news next week.
Ooh, wonder what it could be.
Nice teaser.
Shut up. You know what it is. Shut up.
Nice teaser.
Be quiet. You know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Golf claps.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So look for that next week. We're going to post that up. But as always, I can't thank you enough for listening. Thank you, John, for rescuing me and making this all happen. Thank you, Meredith, for being, and you were there in the middle of all that too, trying to hook me up with Wyatt and all of that and trying to find jobs. So Meredith has been in my part of my support system as well through this whole rigmarole. And look where we are now.
Look at us now. Look at us now.
So life is good, and you never know which way it's gonna turn. So,
True.
and if you are of the inclination, maybe say a prayer for my mom, and I'll just leave it at that. All right, guys, listen, thank you so much for listening and for viewing, and even if you're listening on the podcast where you get your podcasts, you guys are the absolute best. Thank you so much. Please take care of yourselves and each other. Please be safe. For Meredith, John, Ron.